All right. Hi, Grand Grizzlies. It's Miss Allie here. We are done with our toolbox lessons, and we are going to start talking about something new today. We read this story back in spring of last year. We did it during a time that a lot of us were just getting started with distance learning and staying home during the coronavirus pandemic. So we wanted to revisit this story just to go over a lot of the things that maybe we've forgotten about what it means to be living through this pandemic right now. I'm here with Miss Lucy and Mr. V.
Hi, Grand Grizzlies. Welcome back to the story. I hope that this helps you deal with what we're going through still with the pandemic. And some of you might recognize the story already.
Hey, Grizzlies. I know it's been a long time in CDL, and I know we're all feeling it, so it's good to revisit some of that stuff.
All right, so this story is called The Story of the Oyster and the Butterfly, the Coronavirus and Me. Do you know what oysters do when something that bothers and irritates them comes into their lives? I think that sounds pretty familiar. Something came into our life that has been irritating and bothersome.
They use their special powers to cover the bothering stuff with layers and layers of powerful stuff until they turn it into a pearl. Wow, I did not know that.
And do you know what the caterpillar does when it has to go through tough stuff and changes? It spends time with itself inside a cocoon and changes into a butterfly. At its most difficult moments, the caterpillar is actually building its wings.
The coronavirus has come into our lives, not only for you, but for people all over the world. However, we can do what the oyster does and create a pearl from it, or what the caterpillar does and build our wings. That's a pretty good reminder when we're talking about the coronavirus has come into our lives. We've been doing this now for almost a whole year. We left school last March when we started doing the staying home and working from home, doing school from home. So maybe some of you are feeling what we would call fatigue, where you've been doing this a long time and it feels really hard. I think it's good for us to revisit the reminders of what the oyster does to make a pearl from those things that are hard or bothersome, and what the caterpillar does to build their wings. What do you think, Miss Lucy?
I agree with you, Miss Allie, because I know you guys have been home, like she said, for almost a year, but just like the caterpillar and the oyster, you're under a lot of pressure. But you're building yourself, you're still learning, and you're growing. So I know it's been really hard, but we're going to visit some things that are going to help us continue until we go back to school.
Yeah, sometimes when you deal with hardships and stress in your life, and it's hard at the time, but when you're done, you come out stronger. You come out knowing new things. You come out with resilience, which means like you can get through things that are hard, even sometimes when you don't want to. You're able to cope with new things as life throws you challenges, which it always will. There will always be challenges. So the more that you can grow from those things and become stronger, you'll be able to deal with those things as they come.
All right, Grand Grizzlies, we're going to go ahead and finish up this video, and we're going to come back in another video to talk about other things that we can continue learning from the oyster and the butterfly. So we'll see you guys for our next video. Bye, Grizzlies.